Well, retired detective and child crime expert Rich Wistocki has dedicated his career to helping kids since retiring. He's kind of turned his attention to educating schools, parents, and other folks about online safety. Now, I got the chance to talk with Rich about how we as parents can stay vigilant and as the state of technology that can help. How do we keep our kids safe online, and what is my role as a parent?
So the first and foremost responsibility of parents is that parents are not only responsible for their kids' food, clothing, shelter, and education, they are responsible for their technology too. I don't care if Nana, Nonu, Tia, Tiu, Grandma, Grandpa bought them that new iPhone 12 for their birthday. They don't own it. The parent or the guardian allows them to have it. The second thing that parents need to understand is that there's no such thing as privacy for your children. You see, the frontal cortex of their brains cannot handle all the things that are going on social media. Therefore, they need to be guided and they need to be talked to about what's appropriate use of their technology. And a lot of parents suffer from a terrible, terrible disease called the NMK syndrome.
And that NMK syndrome stands for?
Not my kid.
That's right. And
so whenever you start thinking about my kid would never, that's exactly the time you need to be involved in their technology.
You talk about kids' online safety at school, right? What are the latest things that you're finding about and your feedback from this more amount of time spent online for schoolwork?
Yeah, so I spend a lot of my time vetting new programs and software and filtering programs out there. And I came across this program, lightspeedsystems.com. And there are a few out there, but parents need to ask their school principal, and sometimes the principals don't even know, school board, school district, what monitoring software do you have? Is this iPad or Chromebook safe when they bring it home? I understand it's safe when they're at school, but how do I know it's safe when they bring that device home that you give our student? So parents, you really need to watch out, because sometimes the school will say, well, that's your responsibility. My responsibility, I don't even let my kid to have a phone, and you want them to have this device and you're not protecting it. So parents need to be educated. And when I saw what Lightspeed Systems does, parents need to understand that Apple, if you are not an educational partner, so the iPhone that you buy your kid, the iPad that you buy your kid, Apple doesn't allow third-party monitoring of those devices. Now, there are softwares out there that have you do an onboarding process to fool the phone so you can get the information. But when it comes to school devices, Lightspeed is an educational partner with Apple. So there is real-time filtering and monitoring to keep kids safe on their devices.
How exactly is it pinpointing keywords or phrases that can signal inappropriate behavior online?
So what I found in Lightspeed is they use AI, artificial intelligence. And based on what the kid is typing or the student is typing to other students, based on what they're searching in Google, based on what they're looking at in YouTube, it puts all this together. And when it triggers any type of behavior like self-harm, depression, sex, drugs, meeting with a predator, grooming, it triggers an alert and it'll send it to the school staff or SRO, or they also have a parent portal. So what happens is parents can create an account and see exactly what their kid is doing over the last 2 weeks on that school device. But again, parents need to ask that question. Are you using monitoring and filtering software like Lightspeed Systems?
And just so important to know what our kids are doing online. For more information on this technology keeping students safe, visit lightspeedsystems.com. And another resource that Rich suggests is cyberparenting-101.com.